a little bit of a a little bit of live and a drink of coffee. This is kind of my attempt at becoming more comfortable with being live. So let's give this another shot, shall we? Um, just gonna set this up on a different. Just setting this up on my computer, see if things are going all right, I guess. So, I guess it. Oh, okay. I guess doing this is relatively quick. All right. I was gonna do a workout in a chat and like coffee as well, but unfortunately, I could not wake up early enough. That's kind of been the norm this week just because I spent a little too much time reading and I ended up going to bed at like 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, respectively, a couple nights this week. Um, Kind of getting more into the groove of reading and stuff like that. And if anybody's on the app Goodreads and you are able to, um, or you're able to download it and keep track of how many books you read in a year, it has something called a reading challenge. And that reading challenge for me this year is set at 15 books, and I'm at 10 so far. So I'm going to far surpass 15 by the end of the year, but we'll see because the latter half of the year will be spent towards like working and wedding, where right now I do have a little bit more leeway and time that I can just do stuff, I guess. Sometimes I wonder if I should like boot up my old iPhone 6S and go live on TikTok as well, but I'm just gonna stick with YouTube Shorts live vertical thing for now. This is lagged though, I'm noticing. Because I have you guys here, but then I also have my computer off to the side. So this is lagged by a couple seconds. Interesting. This is my first real live, I guess, though. I'm kind of just waiting for my fiance to pop on where she's at right now and be like, hey, aren't you supposed to be getting ready for work or something? Ah, but I got my bag ready. So we're all good. We're ready to go. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, I was gonna do a workout and a coffee and a live all in one, but I didn't end up waking up as early as I wanted to because reading and getting books on my TBR knocked off and stuff like that. So I've read 9 books this year, 10 books this year almost, and like 3 of them were kind of started last year, but I restarted them at the beginning of this year and kind of blew through them. One being a self-help book, another one being, well, I wasn't, okay, self-help book is kind of a stretch. It's more of a guide to opening up my own bar, which for those of you that have been following my journey like for years now know that I've wanted to own my own bar, And, I'm kind of taking it more seriously, starting to learn things here and there, not just work in a bar. So there's going to be a lot more books like that coming up. Um, let's see, where's my reading challenge? Do I have my reading challenge on here? Um, Sometimes I don't know how to navigate this website. Okay, yeah, there we go. Um, so if there's any smart men out there, you will read books that will help your relationship in terms of also making it a little bit spicier. And my fiance got me onto this whole series called the Crossfire series. It's very good, and it's very, very spicy, and it will help keep things interesting in the bedroom. Uh, the first book is called Bare to You. The second book is Reflected in You, and then Entwined with You, Captivated by You, and One with You. It's a very good series. Ladies, if you've read it, if you know, you know. But to the gentlemen out there, it's worth reading. Also read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame kind of back to back. I finished off 2023 with Iron Flame or Fourth Wing, and then started Iron Flame this year. So if anybody has anything other than books to talk about right now, please feel free, because I'm just going to keep on rambling on. Oh, a book that I do highly recommend for anybody to read. This is a self-help book, but if there's any book that I would recommend the most, other than your typical Can't Hurt Me, Atomic Habits, stuff like that, or The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. I'm not gonna swear on my live feeds. I don't want to get demonetized before I get monetized. But if there's any book that I recommend the most, it is The Mask of Masculinity by Lewis Howes. For anybody that doesn't know what masking is, I do feel like there's multiple different terms for it. One being a mask where, at least for me, I have very strong ADHD, right? But I don't broadcast it, so I do broadcast it in my videos, and I do inform people in my life or that come into my life fresh, hey, I have ADHD. These are my struggles. But I'm not going to stand on a soapbox and be like, hey, y'all, I got ADHD, and this is what's wrong with me. I'm not going to go doing that, of course, but that's one mask where I kind of give the general public this look of having some things together and stuff like that. I'm in my 30s now. I got a family, but there's a lot of complications that come with ADHD, or at least for me, because not only do I have that, but I also have like emotional regulation issues. I have, let's see, there's so much going on in my head that it's just, I don't know. Anyway, I do recommend the book The Mask of Masculinity, where you wear all these different masks to shield the world of knowing who you really are, your sensitive side. So like there's the Joker mask where you're the class clown, like everybody makes laughs with you, they come to you for jokes and stuff like that, but on the inside you are probably the saddest person in the room. You've probably got the most going on in your head or at home or whatever the situation might be. Um, there's the athletic mask, I think it's called, where you're this big burly jock and you play for the football team, you're a quarterback, you're a tight end, whatever the heck it is, and like you follow the advice in that of your coach, and you're like, he keeps saying, be a man, just like wipe it off and get your back out there, kind of thing. And like, not only do you get it from your coach, but you get it from your mom, you get it from your dad. Be a man, don't be a pussy, and all this other stuff. And it's like, what if I just want to sit in a corner and freaking cry for a minute, right? So that's another one of the masks. It's a really, really, really good book, and I do probably plan on rereading it this year. Um, just because there's some points that I want to kind of highlight in my book and, dive deeper into. Um, this year is also a year of bucket list books or TBR books that I've had on there since I was like, a couple of these books are from high school that I've already read this year. I'm currently reading the Hush Hush series, which is about fallen angels and teen love and stuff like that. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It's good first book. I'm going to read the second one. It was a little hard to get into, but I'm finding that audiobooks help so much, and I do recommend, if you have a hard time sitting around with a physical book, get the audiobook as well. Like, don't go buying every single book separately. That is expensive. Each book's like $30-$40, if not 60. So I recommend grabbing Audible, or Everand is the one I use, where you pay $12.99 a month and you have unlimited access to books. It's not just one book, and it's not limited to B-list content either. Like, you're reading Harry Potter, for example, you're going to have access to every Harry Potter book for the whole month that you're paying for the subscription. And like, you can like not tandem read, because that doesn't happen with this series, but you can read one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other. You're not going to have to worry about this subscription saying, oh, you only had 1 credit to get a book this month. Okay. Oh, please, if anybody else has something to talk about other than books. But I think we're only going to do this live stream until probably about, I want to say, another like 10, maybe 15 minutes. Like, I want to do it longer, but I do have to get ready for work and get my shoes on and stuff like that, because I am getting a ride. But I wanted to jump on here and have a quick chitty chat, a little coffee, because coffee is life. Does anybody have a coffee bar in their house? Because my fiance and I do. We have a Keurig, or well, we just sold the Keurig that we have had for a few years in order to upgrade to the Keurig Duo. It's got the coffee pot and the mini pods. Why did I close that? That's not what I wanted to do. But we also have an espresso, and we have an espresso machine, one of the Breville ones. It's an entry-level one. It's really good. I do fully enjoy having it. And then we also have like a teapot at the moment, where we can just use a French press for our coffee, stuff like that. But yeah. I will say that, like, TikTok has one thing going for them when it comes to vertical live feeds and vertical live video, where it actually pushes out your content to the For You page. Whereas here on YouTube, people probably have to follow you first and subscribe to you first in order to be notified. Because I don't think that YouTube is pushing out your content, your vertical live content on the shorts feed like they say they are, which is quite unfortunate, right? But if you have 100, 200, 300 or more followers, then, or subscribers, I mean, then it's not going to be that much of an issue. But if you're under 100 subscribers and you're trying to grow your channel in all ways that you can, you're not necessarily getting all of the exposure, I guess I want to call it. So, yeah. Wondering what... wondering a lot of things right now. But... let's see. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit so that I'm not... I don't know. Maybe do it this way. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of a little bit better. I'm wondering how the sound is on here. I'm not that bad. It's very delayed, though. I'm seeing where it... Anyway, I'm not going to beat that dead dog.